Okay, I wanted to kind of explain something logical when it comes to logical wording. Logical wording they don't teach you in schools. Um, and this is basically how to diversify basically word usage and word definitions. And this comes under, my word redefinement theories. Um, and the lesson I teach today is basically soft and hard definitions of words. Since I'm doing it off the cuff and on the fly, I think I'm going to work with the word, genocide, because it's the one that got me thinking about this logical trick you can do, this logical skill. Uh, they're called like a tool-based philosophy. It's like a little skill you can of reasoning you can use. So it's like an English grammar and a philosophy theory. Um, you can use. Um, so when you're using words, you can use a hard definition of a word. And a hard definition of a word is when you have to be more rigid and more precise and more accurate with the way in which you use the word. And you usually have to go by, the proper, like almost exact definition. So that's like kind of like hard definitions of usages of words. And the soft use, that's an example. So the soft, so soft, soft usage of words is where you can have more like creativity with how you use the words. So um, and this follows word like the main part of word redefinement theory, where if you're going to logically try and create your own definition of a word, it has to correlate to its original definition in some way, shape, or form. So when you create a soft definition of a word, it has to correlate to the original definition, the original full, strong definition of the word. So when it comes to genocide, I think full genocide, like the full usage or the strong usage of the word, would be trying to erase a certain group from existence by basically killing them and trying to literally eradicate them from society by killing them. So that's like kind of like the hard definition, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The soft definition of genocide is when you try to erase a certain group from existence by like alternative, non-life threatening type ways, where it usually involves, taking their rights away. Like a big element would be, lowering their ability to reproduce, because obviously, if you keep on lowering how many of them are having children and giving birth, then eventually, if you reach zero, you effectively erase that group from existence. So that's an example. So that's kind of like using hard and soft definitions of words. Um, and the example of like a soft and hard definition of the word genocide. And if you look it up when it comes to genocide, you can look this stuff up, and it does say like look up genocide. Does it always have to include killing? And you will see that it will tell you, like Google AI, wherever you look it up, it will tell you that it doesn't have to involve killing someone. And that's where, if you're trying to kill a certain group from existence, like kill them to erase them from existence, that's a hard genocide. And a soft genocide is when you take their rights away, their ability to live freely, and their ability to reproduce, then you're doing a soft genocide. So you can do a hard genocide like the Nazis did, and you can do a soft genocide, which is like what one country is doing with like the Uyghur Muslims. So yeah, so that's like logical theory you can use when it comes to using words and how to use them, and kind of gives you a little hint of how to create your own words in the original definition. It's just like maybe yeah, I think I'll stay that. The only other example is a bit triggery, like it might trigger people. So if I go into that word, a lot of people don't know what it means, so it's kind of like it's hard to go into, and it's just like, my ability to define the word, like going by the original proper definition, like I can't do. But anyway, so that's soft and hard definitions and usages of words, including hard genocide and soft genocide. Hard genocide and soft genocide. For more politics and philosophy, please subscribe and give a like on the channel. That'd be much appreciated. Thank you.